Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. Next up, I would like to invite Dr. Debashish Khan, convener of this AISSQ, for his concluding remarks. Sir. Dr. Debashish Khan. Okay, yes. Can you unmute yourself?
Yeah. Please, yeah. So you are not initially allowing me to mute and to show the video as well. So now can you listen?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. So my dear participants, you might be tired a lot now, but wait for a couple of minutes more. A very good evening to all of you. Now, welcome to the concluding part of AISSQ 2022, organized by Bhaktivedanta Institute, Kolkata. For us, organizing the conference has been challenging but productive. We have replaced jet lag with Zoom lag, with intercontinental meetings through multiple time zones, really difficult. We have sincerely tried to the best of our capacity to host this conference online. Kindly excuse us for any lapses which I hope and pray are minor. I would like to conclude the conference with a few thoughts on what we have learned during the 3 days. During the course of the conference, a group of experts brought together by the Bhaktivedanta Institute, Kolkata, presented the work they had accomplished over the past several years towards the overall theme of the conference, that's science and spiritual quest. Physicists, mathematicians, medical doctors, engineers, biologists, chemists, management experts, religious leaders are working for building a pleasant environment where we live. They have sought deeper understanding of several complex issues associated with our life, around, and universe. The work of the Bhaktivedanta Institute, Kolkata, which has been contributing to a more profound awareness of origin, meaning, and purpose of life, purpose of this universe, especially through dialogues, seminars, and conferences, and thereby it has made it possible to bring together the various perspectives concerning the very foundational questions related to our existence, that is body, mind, soul, and God. From the session of physics, mathematics, and God, the message by Professor Gerald was loud and clear for us. He quoted, "We are not physical beings having a spiritual existence, a spiritual experience. Rather, we are spiritual beings having a physical experience." Further, looking into the present scientific facts available based on physics, he says that through the present day science, which is taught in academic curriculum, we cannot prove the God or the absolute truth directly. We need something more. Then in the next lecture of Professor Martin, he put the question, what evolves actually? Is it the body? According to him, no. Also, he is completely against the Darwin's natural selection theory, and he says it is the cooperation of God, not the competition among us, is responsible for evolution. God is the primary cause of evolution, and also he says this consciousness is not material. Thank you so much. Next, in this session of spirituality and health, profound role of yoga, religious practices, and spirituality have been explained to bring positive effects in our total health. The proper integration of modern allopathic medication and the yoga can lead to better way to treat diseases. They have validated the positive role of yoga and spiritual practices in health through scientific facts and findings. Also, it has been mentioned there that research on such topics such as yoga and health, religious practices and health are gaining popularity in the topmost universities of the world. In this session on Vedanta and science, presentations were there on the origin of life and universe. Both the authors have mentioned about the limitations of the knowledge as laid down in present day modern cosmology and biology as compared to the very detailed description available in Vedanta. Really, the presentations were excellent and inspiring. Next, we had nice presentations on sustainable development of environment, water, using knowledge of ecology, deep ecology, innovations in scientific and technology, and finally, spiritual elements. Ecological imbalance is the root cause of so many environmental issues, diseases. We should take care of all the living creatures as well as the material wealth. We should not exploit all the resources for us, that is the human beings only. This is in line with our Vedantic viewpoint also. Fantastic presentations were there from the speakers in the session of holistic education and human excellence. They say that there is an urgent need to integrate the human values such as humility, compassion, honesty, other spiritual dimensions in the educational system in schools, colleges, and universities to bring out the human excellence. Further, it has also been pointed out that knowledge of the axiom Athato Brahma Jigyasa, that means who am I, who is God, what are the relations between me and God, is fundamental to education because it is the primary determinant to evaluate students' growth. In this session of biochemistry, aging and holistic paradigm of life, and on the aging part, it has been presented that rate of aging may change dependent upon external and internal factors, but aging won't stop. Thereby, deeper analysis of aging phenomena indicates that it is mandatory to accept that aging is an irreversible process and shall be accepted as it is for the establishment of detachment in the human conscience. Sir, your comment is in line with Bhagavad culture. Next, life's journey for the case of certain elements demand the need for a positive attitude driven with spirituality for the better handling of health crisis in the lives of near and dear ones, and physicians should also accept such reality and customize detachment based on spirituality and faith in their patient counseling, caring, and treatment systems. In the next lecture, it has been presented very nicely that we need a deeper analysis and understanding of the mind-body paradigm, which includes the spiritual aspects to have a holistic approach to mind-body healing and wellness. The last talk in the first session of today, that is end of life journey, emphasizes on the critical need of spirituality in the day-to-day engagement of physician, patient, family, and support system associated with the critical and trauma care of a needful patient. After providing all the supports possible at our end, one should accept death if it happens as the outcome of our life in a very normal way. In the session on science, spirituality, and search for the purpose of life and universe, role of mathematical space and logic to understand spirituality has been presented. It was pointed out that the field of spirituality has remained the biggest challenge for logical thinkers and mathematicians, and therefore it warrants a systematic and intensive research efforts. Validity of a logic system can be ensured only in a properly formed space so that it does not result in any misunderstanding and then conflict of interest. Professor Sharma said that we got a wake-up call from COVID-19 to redefine the meaning and purpose of life. The purpose of science needs to be aligned to the meaning and purpose of life. Let the synthesis between science and spirituality provide a valid platform to realign this purpose of science for the glory of man and the glory of God. Excellent talk, sir. In the last session of today, that's Young Minds Speak, really, there were 6 highly impressive presentations. Their topics are very, very interesting and inspiring to listen. Because of the shortage of time, I am not explaining those individually, but I really appreciate all those. Before we say goodbye, I would like to now say thank you to all who participated in this 3-day conference on science and spiritual quest and listened the lectures patiently. And finally, thanks to the event management team members for all of their hard work to make this happen possible. Well done all. Knowledge sharing is an important part of what we do. These past 3 days lectures as well as discussion helped us to advance on the important journey to know many complex as well as very foundational issues related to our very existence. But it does not stop here. We plan our programs as we have seen. We invite participants to join in the forthcoming seminars, conferences, schools organized by the Bhaktivedanta Institute, Kolkata. Thank you all again.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for your feedback and your summarizing the whole concluding remarks. So without any further delay, I would like to go for the next very interesting section, which is the feedback from participants. So here I would like to request the participants to kindly provide their feedback. To do so, you could about the 3 days and the lectures and how did you feel. To do so, you can raise your hand. Then I would speak out the name and you would be allowed to unmute yourself. And if the network permits, you can also show your video and then come forward. And very shortly, maybe in a minute, I will try to take as many as the time will permit. So yes, we are very much looking forward to hear from you. The participants, you can kindly raise your hand and come forward and share your experience about the 3 days conference. Yes, we have one hand, Niket Kumar. Can someone please unmute Niket? You can, in very short, maybe in a minute, give your feedback. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Sir, thank you for these lectures, and you people took the questions also. So many questions actually came, but like few of them could not be answered, and many of them answered. So it was very interesting that in a very systematic manner you people arranged and uh, means answered so many things. And as a suggestion for improvement of any system, we can give some suggestion also. So like one suggestion would be like in some previous conference also, similar kind of talks I had seen, but content wise some similarities also was there. So like if some improvisation or some more content, some new things uh, of life experience, something like that, if more can be deliberated, then it would be more we can understand about things. And
Yes.
yes, and it was very interesting that so many new examples were given, and it was explained in very crisp and proper manner from you people, very expert in these subjects. So thank you, sir, for all your talks and lectures. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Niket. Thank you so much for feedback. And yes, now I'd like to request Srivalli to kindly give your feedback. Can someone please unmute?
Hi. First of all, I'm really amazed the way it is organized, and so many sessions were included in just 3 days. This is my first time attending this kind of sessions. I really feel humbled and enlightened. And I only have one request. There were a lot of interesting questions coming from the participants, which we were not privy to see. So, along with the content, if you can share some of the questions, that would be really great, how they were thinking and, how it is going. And if it is possible, if you can give the context of some of the, who gave the presentations, would definitely like to, send some questions. It won't be, invasive of their privacy or anything, just to have it in the hand. So yeah,
So
thanks once again, and it's wonderful to see all of you young ones, giving such presentations.
yes, we will surely contact them, and with their permission, we'll try to share all these details. I think our volunteers are noting down all the feedback, and we'll work on it. Thank you so much, ma'am. Yes, we'll take more feedbacks. Sure. Next up, we have Adnan. You can introduce yourself and give.
Hello, sir. Myself Adnan Shah. I'm a 12th student from SKMS Agartala. Being a student, I got to know a lot of knowledge about various subjects which I would be studying in the later years in college or university. That was really enlightening and amazing for a student like me. And thank you all the speakers and everyone who participated.
Yes,
From them,
thank
I
you.
could get many things to inbuild in me and ignite a spark of knowledge that would be beneficial for my future experiences and a lot more. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much for your feedback. Next up, can we unmute Dinesh Joshi, please?
Can you please switch on the camera also? Because you are giving feedback. Sorry, excuse me. If you can switch on the camera, I will be happy to see you also. Thank you.
Yes, please. Yes, Dinesh.
Yeah. Hi. First, I would like to say that I'm really humbled to attend this AISSQ conference. This was my first time, and I was already waiting for this for attending this type of conference from the previous year. So this time I had the chance in participating this, and this 3 days journey has really transformed my way of thinking and rethinking my goals, how to go about the science. And also, I have some suggestions. Since this is an online setup for the conference, usually if it would have been a physical like a conference, then it is very good, like back to back having conferences for sitting like a long period of time. But being in online scenario, it becomes mentally hectic to attend a lot many talks in a stretch of time. So it would be really better in online setups only, that there must be some gaps in between the couple of presentation, like after 1.5 hours, like there must be a 15-minute or 20-minute break, so that we are able to freshly attend the another sessions. And
Yes.
my others and one more suggestion was that with every speaker, it would be better if there would be some Twitter or LinkedIn handle or something, like some way to connect with them immediately, because sometimes what we want to ask questions, or we want to collaborate on something. And some of the, there are many professors that have given talks here, so they have become like role models for us, because what we were thinking, they have actually been applying these things already, and they have a very major experience. So I would like to add upon this, and thank you for hosting this conference.
Yes, thank you so much, Dinesh, for your valuable feedback, and we'll try to go through this. Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, sure.
Next, can we unmute Megha Jain?
Yeah, hi, namaste, very good evening. Thank you very much for giving an opportunity to attend this conference. I first attended the first AISSQ in 2016, and since then I'm trying to just be in touch. And thank you very much for all the presentations and everything. I won't be repeating the suggestions which my fellow colleagues have already shared. But still, if we are given the permission to download the handbook instead of the viewing permission, and also if we can access to the papers, kindly let us know how can we read all the papers, and would there be any proceedings and publications regarding the same. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you so much, ma'am. Next up, can we please unmute Shri Tamadas? And if possible, please switch on your video, so it would be better.
Hello, my name is Sritama Das. I am from Sri Krishna Mission School from Agartala. It was my first attempt to do the online session. Thanks for everything. It really helps me a lot. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Next up, can we unmute Sri Shankalpa Mishra, please?
Namaskar. First of all, I want to thank all the speakers and all the participants over here. This was my first time attending such a online session, and initially I was confused whether to invest time in this type of sessions, but it turned something different. Actually, it was very good. It was very nice, and somewhere I think that I my mind's horizon was broadened, and I now can look into science in a different way. And regarding suggestions, I don't want to mention anything because this was my first time. So, and actually, it also tested my patience to attend these long sessions. So yes, it was very good, and I would look forward to attend this type of sessions in future also.
Yes,
Thank you very
you.
much.
Thank you so much. Please be in contact. Next up, we have Rohan. Can you please turn your mic and also your video? And you can speak.
Hello, namaste. I am Rohan. Oh, sorry, I am not in a condition to on my video. So
Yes,
I attended this seminar, Science and Spirituality seminar, for the first time. So I have been listening since 3 days. So many members have given their presentations. It has touched my heart, and I am feeling so inspired now. So one thing that I have to ask you people is that I wanted to have regular guidelines under Bhaktivedanta Institute. So how I can be in regular touch with like these type of classes. So I wanted to know that.
Sure. Like,
do we have a separate group for this, or do we will be added in some different group, or I wanted to know that.
So you are in this AISSQ team group, right? So you here there you can text some of our volunteers in the WhatsApp, and they will guide you towards the other groups where there are regular interactions. And also you can contact the organizers via email or all those different things, posters which were shared. I hope you have taken a screenshot, and you could contact any one of them and they will guide you.
Yeah. Yes, thank you, sir.
Then next up we have Manjula Ramesh. Please, you can unmute, and if possible, turn on the video and give your valuable feedback.
Hello, good evening to everyone. So this was first experience of being a part of such an enlightening session. So I always wanted to be a part of such a session, so that I'm very grateful for the BI Institute for giving such an opportunity. And I'm a teacher as by profession, so now I can just put on some points which was discussed today. So along with whatever I teach in math, so that some of my students also would come to know what is the true way of learning science along with spirituality. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So we'll also be distributing the feedback forms. You can write in those forms, and then we'll have your more detailed feedback. In the meantime, I would like to request Professor Samadar, would you please like to say something about the conference? Sir. Can someone please let Professor Arun B. Samadar unmute?
Well, I was not really expecting that you will be requesting me to say something. I see you. Is it Dipankar Sharma? Did I see you earlier? I don't know. Were we there that during the Bangalore or any other conference?
I was in a few of them, sir. Yes.
You were there. Anyway, well, I am somehow I missed the first day and second day, one due to my other engagement, another due to some miscommunication. But today I made a point that I am right there at Pudvane, and I was really enchanted that it's a I should not say beautiful, very useful presentation, especially from the young people. And of course, Professor Sharma, as usual, has been giving this talk. Now, at a point, I have been attending for a long time. In between, maybe intermittently one or two I missed, but also hosted one at Allahabad. I am very interested and feel this very useful one. I was thinking, you see, we are organizing it for about say 10 years or more, but as such a useful one, and especially today after these 2 years of this pandemic, I am feeling um, more and more that our lifestyle is very important, and young generation should be somehow inculcated in this. They should be brought in this. Now we are organizing it once in a year, and maybe a little bit Chilean universities, institutes are they're taking part. How can we make it that is spread it? Because when I interact, still I interact with young people in private and other university and talk to them and feel there is a good scope for some of them, if not all. They will pick it up very quickly and they will appreciate it. So how can I do it? I know it's not possible for BI just to go around and do all these things, but can we work out something that we can spread a little bit more? And in terms of time and space, I mean, geographically in India itself, to start with, so many private institutes and others, it is a little bit absent. And then, of course, time, whether we can do twice or thrice or times other way. Just, I think I was thinking very loudly. In fact, I have written to Barun also, or some of the email I have responded same thing. Maybe we should think sometime. That is because I feel very strongly that this is needed. This is a need of the, as Professor Sharma was telling. Unless this is inculcated in, there is other side of the story is different. Who are trying to pull away the young generation to different direction altogether. That happens in the world. So for the world to go in a better shape, I think is very important. So let us think about it. That's my only submission here. Let's think about it. And I hope next year I get the information a little early and take part a little bit more meaningfully and interactive. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. We'll definitely think about this and discuss. Yes. Thank you for valuable feedback. May I also request Radha Mohan Das ji to speak a few sentences about the conference. If someone could allow him to unmute, please. I'm so sorry, I'm just taking a name so abruptly, maybe it might not be ready. Also, can you also, is it possible to get feedback from Neomantri Astava? If you could unmute yourself and say something, sir. And regarding the participants, we have already shared a feedback form in the chat, and this would also be sent to you in the group and via email, and you could nicely in a relaxed mood, you could fill up all the nice, beautiful feedback, and we would work on it. And I would also like to request, if you're around, Sir Canon Patrick, if you are around, to kindly give some feedback on this form. I'll just let you unmute. So Patrick, can you unmute yourself? Okay, it seems there might be some difficulty. So okay, yes. So we'd like to move forward in our program because we are just about to conclude the conference. Now I would like to request.
Yeah, I'm here. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes. Now I can hear you. Yes.
Okay, I'm just watching the session from Mayapur in India, and we are how do you say, organizing the World Peace Convention in Switzerland for with the Bhaktivedanta Institute, and I was invited by Achyuta Sabha to have attendance to your wonderful inspiration for the work of scientists and spiritualists. And then I thank you very much for this invitation. And then we can get so much inspiration for our next conference in Switzerland also with the Bhaktivedanta Institute. And I would like to know if you could give more inspiration, how we can spread in the scientific circle also in Switzerland, because there are many scientists in Switzerland who are just stagnating on the quantum physics and quantum mechanics and research and consciousness. So if we can influence more in this circle, so that the world can take up quicker to the connection and the synthesis between science and spirituality, I would be very thankful to all of you. And if you can give some input to the World Peace Convention with that Achyuta Keshava, who is our advisor, and I hope that we can continue to really develop this wonderful program for the salvation of the science and the spiritual dimension. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your valuable feedback. So
Radha Mohan is unmuted. If he's there, he can speak.
Sorry. Yes.
Oh, Vasudeva Rao.
Yes.
Very good. I am seeing your name after a long time, Vasudeva. How are you? Fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good.
Thank you for joining. We are very grateful.
I can see you, although.
I will speak in a few minutes.
Okay, right. Okay, I'll be there.
Radha Mohan ji, chairman of our school in Imphal.
Excuse me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
See, can I say something?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I also really happy to say something about this students conference. Really, what I am happy, what I wish is that my students and teachers for the first time they are just joining in this student conference, and that is due to the information that I have received from the two Swamijis, particularly Bhaktivedanta Swamiji, and I was really to say that in my earlier comment also, I was telling that it will be a grand success. And what I want to add further is that I will be meeting my students and teachers what they have learned from this conference. And I will make one session in the school so that there will be some reactions among ourselves, and those benefits, etc., will be just communicated to the BI in due course. And I will be writing a full note about how that experience, particularly my students and teachers, particular students. And it is for the first time they're joining. So the experiences I will be collecting and communicate them to BI in due course. So thank you very much.
So finally, I would like to request Sri Varun Agarwalji to make a final comment before we move further.
You can hear me?
Yes, 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 sir.
Yeah, so very happy. We were glued to our mobiles and laptops for last 3 days, and seeing everybody full of wisdom, full of knowledge, and smiling faces. So it lights up our life. Seeing, seeing. Sorry, I think our utensil, glasses, everything is excited, and so you can hear the sound. So not only human beings here, everybody is excited to hear. So thank you so much. It was a wonderful, wonderful wisdom and learning from various scholars from India and from abroad, from right from the very beginning. Our Martin and Gerald and our scholars from India, various IITs, and of course, and our students. What a beautiful attempt to continue this beautiful vision of Dr. Singh. So from our heart, we are very, very grateful for our team, organizing team, as well as presentations, as well as all the beautiful audience, engaging audience who have been here with us for the last 3 days. So thank you and our gratitude to all of you.
Thank you so much. This has been a wonderful feedback session, but now I would like to move forward in this, and then I would like to invite Sri Jitun Dhal for vote of thanks. He is the organizing secretary of AISSQ 2022. So Sri Jitun Dhal, sir, it's over to you.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Namaskar. Good evening to one and all. Respected keynote speakers, distinguished speakers, session chairs, all the assembled students, scholars, audience, and friends. On behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to thank you for your participation in this conference. I hope all the deliberations were both intellectually stimulating and insightful for all of you. The success of the conference is accomplished by all of your presence and the hard work of all our dedicated members, as well as our supporters and volunteers. Firstly, we would like to thank our esteemed keynote speaker, Professor Gerald Schroeder from AISSQ College of Jewish Studies, Israel, Professor Martin Novak from Harvard University, and all our distinguished speakers, Padma Shri Dr. B.N. Gangadhar, former Director Nuance, Professor Rima Dada, AIMS New Delhi, Professor Harold Quinn from DK University, Professor Manoranjan Sinha from IIT Kharagpur, Dr. Hari Krishna Mahanta from BITS Pilani, Professor Devendra Mohan from IIT BHU Varanasi, Dr. Bhaktilata Devi, founder of Jal Smriti, Professor C. Panduranga Bhatta, former professor at IIM Calcutta, Dr. Jayanti Ranganathan Chavan, founder president of Dr. T.D. Singh's Institute of Science and Religion, Navi Mumbai, Dr. V. Siva Prabodh from NRA Medical College, Guntur,
Please unmute Jitun.
Yeah, unmute. It says you're on mute, but we cannot hear you.
Yeah, now you can hear me?
Now we can.
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear.
Dr. Jayanti Raghunathan Chavan, founder president of Dr. T.D. Singh Institute of Science and Religion, Navi Mumbai, Dr. B. Siva Prabodh from NRA Medical College, Guntur, Dr. R. Ramakrishnan from NIA Medical College, Guntur, Sri Shegar Melindar, former Assistant General Manager, Air India, Dr. S. Javeri, Head of Critical Care Medicine and Emergency Medicine Regency Health, Lucknow, Professor Sandeep Sharma from IIT BHU, Varanasi, Professor P.V. Sharma, Vice Chancellor of Amity University, for accepting our kind invitation and for taking time to share their profound wisdom. We also thank all of our young mind speakers, Dr. Sai Phani Kumar from Northwest University, Dr. Ashutosh Mohanty from AISSQ Bangalore, Mr. Roshan Tiwari from AISSQ Kolkata. We would also like to thank our session chairs, Dr. Nikhil Bhatt, Sri B. Pavakar, Dr. Shashi Kotagiri, Professor P.K. Singh, Sri C.R. Seshadri, Professor Ram Gopal Opoluri, Sri Siddharth Tiwari, and Dr. Ramji Repeka for their timely coordination. We are also sincerely thank the Society for Bhagavad Culture and Ranganiketan Manipuri Arts Troupe for their cultural video, for their dedicated efforts, for their special recording, the performance, and sending us. We express our heartfelt thanks to the MC of the conference, Mr. Aristotle Nandi and Mr. Dipankar Sharma, for making the event very lively. We also extend our thanks to the Zoom management team headed by Shavan Kumar, Jagdish Sir, and Devjit De. Next, we would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to Sri Avinash Kumar, Ritik Gelam, and Shavan Kumar for all the design work, including the beautiful booklet and attractive posters. We also thank Mr. Kishore Reddy for website development, and Sri Sai Benith and Sri Ajay Sir for hosting and regularly upcoming the website. Next, we thank Jagadishwar Desari for gifting us with a wonderful promoting video. Next, we would like to express our heartfelt appreciation for our publicity and registration team, Sai Benith, Sri Srinivas Ranjarla, Srimati Ambika, Pravas, Shipad, and Nitish for their rigorous outreach to various institutions and handling the registration. Next, we sincerely thank the handbook team, Shravan, Srimati Premalata Rajendran, Dheeraj Dubey, Narendra, Sasank, Romit, Bhavyasri, Vedanand, Nikhil, and Ritik for their assistance in researching the contents, proofreading, and design. We express our sincere gratitude to Sri Shashank Sharma, Srimati Radha, and Sai Vinith for coordinating the upcoming quiz competition. Next, we express our special thanks to all the generous sponsors, Dr. Harikrishna Mahant, Sri C.R. Seshadri, Dr. Kaushik, Sri B. Pavakar, and Dipankar Sharma for their kind financial support. We also thank all the volunteers from various Bhaktivedanta Institute centers, BSRF, Vedanta and Science Education Research Foundation, and Institute of Science and Religion. Last but not least, we sincerely thank all the delegates and their keen interest and kind participation to make the conference a grand success. Also, Professor Shamadar, thank you for joining. On a personal note, I thank all my colleagues and team members for their kind support and cooperation. We are highly indebted to the conference visionary Dr. T.D. Singh, founder director of Bhaktivedanta Institute, for his constant guidance and continuous inspiration. Before I conclude, I would like to say that I hope that all of us will carry forward the message that the deeper quest for the ultimate truth through the synthesis of science and spirituality is essential for achieving lasting peace and harmony, not only across cultures or worldviews or countries, but also within ourselves. May God grant us the wisdom and the strength to continue in this endeavor. which is Dr. Singh has started and inspire us in more ways than one. Wishing you all a great year ahead. We look forward to seeing you again soon. Stay well, stay safe. Thank you. Next, I would like to invite Sri K. Vasudev Rao, Chairman of AISSQ 2022, to share final remarks.
Okay. ब्रह्मभूत प्रसन्नात्मा न शोचति न काङ्क्षति समः सर्वेषु भूतेषु मद्भक्तिं लभते पराम्. So what can I say? Concluding, everything has been said, and I am extremely satisfied with the conference, 3 days conference. It was not easy to organize this conference. Online conferences have their own challenges in organization as well as participation. But after the pandemic, the content in this conference, it gives a refreshing look into our own lives, and many of us are confined to the buildings or to the rooms last couple of years, and many times many people don't have also enough people to talk to personally and talk something about the holistic view of life, purpose of life. From that context, this conference is very, very refreshing and satisfying, seeing the contents. And this conference is a gift from Dr. T.D. Singh to all of us. It was his vision and kindness to bring this message to the students and young scholars. And once we asked Dr. T.D. Singh, who is a student? He said, everyone is a student. So we are all learning. And virus has taught us many things to question our life. So Dr. T.D. Singh and Srila Prabhupada, the founders of Bhaktivedanta Institute, it is their gift to look into ourselves from a scientific as well as spiritual perspectives. Both are required. We need faith. At the same time, we cannot have blind faith. We need rationality, but rationality is not fully sufficient to satisfy us. So it is a gift, science and spirituality, Science and Spiritual Quest Conference. I must thank all the organizing committee members. It is I cannot describe the kind of efforts they have put. Some of them have slept just 1 hour the day before the conference. So it is beyond description, and my capacity to express my gratitude to all the organizing members, and similarly all the participants. It's a wonderful, extraordinary, overwhelming response to the conference. We were thinking how the response will be there, this online conference. Yes, the long sessions are a little difficult. We can give a break, or we also had a choice to do one session in the morning, half in the morning, half in the evening. But then we thought doing all it in the evening could give us time to do other things. Sometimes breaks, if they are longer, we tend to lose and get into other things. So there are pros and cons of giving breaks and not giving breaks, but we try to improve, definitely. And organizing committee members, they were involved in another conference just a month ago. celebrating life and works of Dr. T.D. Singh on the occasion of inaugurating the memorial of Dr. T.D. Singh in Radhakund, Vrindavan. So time was really little tight, so we had to postpone from December, which is on the same date, to now. So, but somehow things worked out. They have really, it's very difficult to give that my kind of effort in short span of time. So my sincere gratitude to all the organizing members and everyone who participated, supported this conference. Also from from the registration point of view, registration is as a great task as putting together the speakers. So in this regard, our all our BI centers, their heads, like from Bangalore, Bhubaneswar, Hyderabad, they have done really good service to make it a success, because it's the first time we are doing online this AISSQ. It is in a big scale. AISSQ is in a little big scale than normal seminar we do. So without their support, our Sundaranda Prabhuji, Paramakana Prabhuji, Sai Vinith, and others whom they have shown, we are extremely grateful to them. And for the kids competition, they had to devise many creative ways to involve students, create interest. So our Sushant Sharmaji, so I must be very, very grateful. And in the sessions, every session is very, very interesting. We wanted to get up, but we are unable to get up. They are so interesting. It is so that is a proof that sessions were really interesting. When we try to get up, we feel like we may miss something. So it was that is an indication that they are really very nice. And our keynote speakers, they are kind enough to join from overseas, and also other keynote speakers from India. Today's sessions especially, and the session spirituality and health on the first day, and the doctor session today, they're really very appealing because of the pandemic situation which we are located. And they give practical evidence that spirituality has a role in our lives. So I again thank the organizing committee, because they tolerate me a lot. Sometimes short notice, sometimes very just a minute, sometimes very hard things, hard targets, or when some session is coming all of a sudden, because we already talked to some professors who are prepared. So therefore all the surprises they have taken, and sometimes unpleasant decisions, but everyone worked with great spirit of doing something for the betterment of humanity, especially in this pandemic time. Science and spiritual quest is really the way to go forward. And I could not give this announcement before, because like short announcement is on Vedanta and Science short course. I was trying to put together. I could not give the slide in time, so I didn't want it to trouble them. So this we are planning for much before the pandemic. This Vedanta and Science is important area, like science and spirituality, Vedanta and Science. Dr. T.D. Singh has written many books on Vedanta and Science. So we'll start Vedanta and Science short course, weekly class. We'll try to do around eight classes, 8 weeks on Wednesdays from 6:30 p.m. about an hour or hour and 15 minutes. And topics like Vedanta biotechnology, Vedanta science of aging, Vedanta mysticism, Vedanta and origin of universe, Vedanta and consciousness, Vedanta mathematics and artificial intelligence, Vedanta and quantum mechanics, Vedic epistemology, etc. List of the speakers will be some of our BI speakers and some professors from IIT. We'll try to put together. but I would like to give the initial announcement so that it will put pressure on us to do it. It has been delayed a couple of years, and please contact Shravan, those who are interested. So with that, I thank everyone for participating in this conference and making it a grand success. See, even now we have 100 participants even now on the third day at the end of after the sessions. So it is really I cannot describe the kind of commitment and interest that all of you have shown. May Lord Sri Krishna and Dr. T.D. Singh and Srila Prabhupada and all the saints and sages shower blessings upon all of us to continue this wonderful work of science spirituality for welfare of humanity. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Thank you so much for your inspiring words, and we just increased one more 101. So we're still increasing. Thank you all for attending and being with us. And please kindly try to get in contact with all those courses you mentioned, which have been shown to you. You can I hope you're in the WhatsApp group. You can contact anyone, and this will be again shared with all of you. So before I conclude, the final thing I would like to show you or unveil the certificate of this conference. Of course, those who has registered, they will receive this e-certificate in your email. So you'll have your name over here and would be signed by President Bhaktivedanta Institute and convener of this conference. So with this, we reached to an end of this conference, 3-day conference, which has been a grand success with all of you participating with so much enthusiasm. And yes, you can use your Zoom features to show reaction, clap hands, or yes, thank you so much. And maybe we would like to share the publications. Is it as we finish the session?
Centers and publications.
Yes, so we'll show you various Bhaktivedanta Institute centers and how to contact them. If you are nearby somewhere in Hyderabad, in Delhi, in Kolkata, in Bangalore, in all over different places in India, kindly get their numbers and you can reach to your nearby center and then get, like many of you are asking about how to get in contact, then this would be how you can do it. Yes.
Just a minute with Professor Samadar. 1 minute, can I?
Yes,
Professor
yes,
Samadar is not properly introduced. I am very sorry for that. We have done an AISSQ in Allahabad, and the time Professor Samadar was the director of MNNIT, and the kind of support that we received is overwhelming. That is just a couple of years after Dr. T.D. Singh, it was very, very difficult. And the kind of support he extended, some of the organizing members, we stayed in the hostel, guest house in the campus, and he would personally come and encourage. And AISSQ came to this level because of the great personalities like Professor Samadar, or well-wishers, friends, and great friends of humanity, I should say, like Professor P.B. Sharma and our other IIT directors. So AISSQ received a lot of love from the premier institutes in India. So like Professor Samadar has said that we need to take it further. Sir will get in touch with you. And nearby our Professor Ram Gopal Pulleri is there in IIT Guwahati. So not very far from you. So in the Northeast. And of course, in the electronic age, there is no distance. I mean, physical distance doesn't matter much. It is only the distance between the hearts that matters. So our hearts are very close. We were separate a little bit in time, but we'll definitely do something together. There was some indication from Sushant Sharma about quiz. If there is anything to be informed about the quiz, please look into that. Thank you, sir, for joining.
Yes, so definitely the quiz is going to be held the next week on 30th of January. So please kindly register to that, and the questions would be based on all of these 3 day of conferences. And it has been put in the chat. You can see those. There are a few images which you could download, and it contains the information about the quiz, further information. So before we close, we'd like to show you, as I mentioned, the video about different BI centers and how to contact those center. And this is the poster about the quiz. Once again, it's on 30th January. You can contact this number 933001018, or please go to aissq.be institute institute.org, and you stand to a chance to win exciting prizes. So we hope to see you in large numbers next week. Maybe 1 week you could go through your notes and everything, revise, and then we'll see you. So I'd like to request Ritvik to kindly share the video and play it, and after that we'll play the thank you slides. Yes, you can make a full screen, and yes, thank you. Yes, so these are the BI centers and which you have seen. So the registration form for quiz has been shared in the chat. Please kindly go to that link and you can fill your registration there. So now we will display the books and publication, and then we will end the meeting. So on that note, thank you all.
Can you also please tell about TD Singh's book reading?
Yes.
It will be good. Many people will be interested.
So we also have Dr. TD Singh's book reading session once a month on Wednesdays, second Wednesdays. And also there is a weekly book reading of Dr. TD Singh's book. So there are two different forums where you can participate. So please kindly ask to the volunteers in the WhatsApp chat about these things which you're interested in. There's book reading, there are these courses, there are short-term, long-term, registered courses, unregistered courses. So all of this will definitely benefit you. There's a lot of things, a lot of activities going on where you can participate. And like as I could hear, listen to many participants that they were inspired by this conference. So definitely it will keep up your inspiration and will help you move forward in this journey of science and spirituality. So yes, so have a nice evening and healthy life in this pandemic situation. So I would like to pray to Lord Krishna and ask Dr. TD Singh for his blessing to all of us. May he shower his blessings from all the way from coming from Krishna and disciplic succession to all of us, and keep inspiring us in this journey. Thank you all. So I'd like to request Ritvik to kindly demonstrate the publications from Dr. TD Singh. Thank you.